Hello everyone and welcome back to my 3D tutorial series on creating your own platformer in Unreal Engine 5. This is going to be a quick one. I did mention in the last episode about creating a blend space regarding your running so that we can see the running faster. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to implement that now. So let's go ahead and start. So first we're going to need some animations, and luckily this template came with a bunch of animations. So if you go to character, mannequins, atoms, and we want to go to unarmed, there's a bunch here. So you can see there's an idle here, which is fine, we're going to need this. There's a walk over here, which we're going to use as well, and a jog, which we're going to use. So just come over to your animations folder, right click, go to animations and create a blend space. Select your mannequin. I'm just going to call it blend space locomotion. Okay, so open that up. Let me just close all of this. Okay, so we're going to need to do several things. We're going to come to our horizontal and vertical axis here on the left, and we're going to change the horizontal axis to direction, same like how we did in the crouch, and we're going to put negative 180 and positive 180. And we're going to leave this as grid division 4. Yeah, that's fine. So snap to grid. And then we're going to change the speed here from 0 to whatever we set our value in the previous one. So I set my maximum sprint value as 900. So I just want to see, so idle, walk, run, sprint. We could probably bring this down to maybe 3 instead. So we have idle, we got our walk, got our jog, and got our sprint, right? But we might need to just double check this. So let's just quickly throw in some animations. So we're gonna find our idle here, drop that there. Let's just turn on snap to grid just to make sure. And then we're gonna go walk. And walk forward, and then we're gonna go jog, and arm jog forward, and then we'll just do it again up at the top here. So let's actually just change this to be different so that we know that it's working, right? So here to there, if we click here we can see the value of 300, which is half of what of our max walk speed, and then 600 and 900. Okay, so this is all settings are fine then. So what we can do is we can go from here. Let's see, that's our walking, that's our jogging, and that's our sprint animation. Now obviously we don't have a sprint animation, so let me show you how we can speed up the jog forward to make it look like a sprint animation. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to come over to your jog animations under your unarmed, which you got here, and all we want to do is want to get all of these, right click and duplicate them, and then we just want to rename them so that we know exactly what they are. So press F2 for a shortcut, and then just change this to sprint, and I'm going to do the same for the rest. So now that we've got all the sprint, we can highlight all of them, right click, and we're going to go edit and property matrix, and we're just going to go to animation, and we're going to change the rate to 1.5, right? And then we'll save. So once that's done, we're all done here. So we're going to go back to our animation blueprint, and now that we're here, we're just going to type in sprint and get the sprint forward. Okay, so let me show you what that's like. So here we are in idle, here's our walk, there's our jog, and there's our sprint. Okay, great. So now we just got to add the rest in. So let's start with the idle. I'm just going to drag it into each section like so. And no matter which way our character is facing, if we're not moving, that's our idle animation. Yeah. So then we're going to get the walk and do the same. So we're going to come with the walk backward, which is the negative 180 and positive 180. And then walk left on the left and walk right on the right, like so. Then we'll do the same with the jog. So jog backwards on the 180 and negative 180, and then left to the left and right to the right. And finally, we're just going to do the sprint, like so, and then sprint backwards, and sprint left, and sprint right. So your graph should look like that at the end, and as you can see, we can now transition between all our different directional animations. So once that's done, now we need to add it to our animation blueprint. So let's do that now. So go to your animation blueprint, open it up, and we're just going to go to our locomotion here, and we're going to go to the walk run status, right? And here's our blend space idle walk run. So we're just going to get rid of this one, and we're going to look for our one, which is this BS locomotion, connect it up like so, compile and save. So here we test it out and we can see it's not working. So let me show you how to fix this. So go back up, ignore this error. It's got nothing to do with what we're doing. It's with my animation states. So, sorry, not animation states, my AI. So what we're going to do is come back to your blend space, and we're just going to change this variable from ground forward % because we don't want that. We're going to get the ground speed from our essential movement data variable over here, put it into speed, compile and save. And now it will work perfectly. And as you can see, as we get faster, our character gets faster. And then when we stop, our character stops. So let me just grab my controller and I can show you that our character walks as well. Extremely sensitive. So I'm pressing very lightly forward. Extremely sensitive. Okay, so I'm just going to change a variable in our player blueprint so that it takes much longer for our character to reach that maximum speed. So we're just going to find this run acceleration time and just change the default to say 6 seconds. So it'll take 6 seconds of holding forward to reach our maximum speed. So let's check it out. Yeah, so it's working. There we go. So I see that there is a bug. Well, not really bug, it's working as intended, but our character will always go to the maximum speed if held, regardless of how hard we push in the left thumbstick to walk forward. Our character will always try and reach the maximum speed over what we've set as 6 seconds. But that's going to be bug fixed in a future episode. This was just to show you the blend space and how you can get it into your own game. So with that, that's going to be it for this episode, and I'll see you in the next. Cheers.